Yes, I heard about that. They showed it.
Working at the Office of Interstellar.
The data on this slate could very well be crucial.
I'm busy at the moment.
New Atlantis sure is shiny.
Couldn't want to live anywhere else.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there.
You gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty.
It could cause an incident.
You are a visitor? You're good. Proceed inside.
Visitors, you're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby...
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
As in more than one? All that security can protect their own spaceport. If your season ever fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain. Pain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Oh, stop. Let me be frank, Captain. I will not be the one You're really gonna push this? All right. I'm listening. I suppose you're right. Our job and our responsibility. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you it, your access will be limited. You go in once, and all research done with Freestar scientists. So, do we have an... Excellent.
Stash the weapon. You're in an embassy, for goodness sake.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Time to get back to the world, eh?
The FC's no friend of you. Never forget what the FC did. Never forget.
What's my problem with them? Really? I'm keeping the FC accountable. The Colony War was an unforgivable tragedy. The Freestar Collect... Oh, please. Grief has nothing... Well, I want... The fact that there's even... Tear it down. Ha! What's my problem? The Colony War, the Freestar Collective... But that's not what I want. I want just... Well, the fact that there's... Tear it down. Tear it... When dealing with the FC, they don't care what... All right.
Hello.
Even just the sound of his voice is...
Are you a member? Keeper...
Oh, hi there. I'm Marcus Lestari. Are you interested in the Sanctum Universum? Maybe I can entice you then. It's an... Actually, we've had a few visitors come by. I'm wondering, would you like to go check in with those visitors and welcome them back to our church? Maybe all they need is just another invite. Excellent. If you want, take...
Hey.
Aquilus has helped me through some tough times lately.
What do you want? What? Oh, yeah. I went to the Sanctum Universum a while... I'm not sure. The truth is that I want the Sanctum Universum. If that's true, maybe I can... I don't need a lecture from you.
Have you ever heard one of his sermons? They're really good.
This place always surprises me.
Send home those corporate skills. Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow. Submit your application now at the nearest
or something here?
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy. seen a tree like this before in my... If its branches weren't blocking our way. Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
we need to get rid of some of that gear.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the... Is that right, huh? I shall need to... Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grave. You were sent by the... And the broadcast spoke of terror. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some... an archive code. So the UC requires information. The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this man's integrity. He'll keep his word.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works.
Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk.
Let it be used for good.
Something you need? Dropping off a few choices. Maybe another time.
Great Serpent, guide your path. The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject. The Great Serpent is so much more than a god. It is fate itself. When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was the Serpent that the Serpent made us who we are today.
I'm listening.
On the record? What response?
What? Oh.
Excuse me?
Captain,
Wait. Did you actually succeed? So the old man was still lurking around in there. And now, I've already arranged When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instruction. Here, the UC absolute best.
Yes? You needed something?
That man just echoed sentiment I've heard all over town. The cabinet needs to ensure attacks like this don't happen again.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
Sorry, was I being too loud? This is a place for quiet reflection, so please keep chatting to a minimum.
Got a call? Someone's power kept going out? Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
Yes?
There you are. Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next. We've got all the clearances we need. You can hand the data over to the Major.
Time for us to start getting some real... So whenever you're ready. Yes. Percival and I have done our damage. This So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
The number of lives this might save.
Pardon?
Howdy, where is the background research on that guy? I know we sent someone to look into it.
Right place, right time, am I right? New Atlantis is lucky you were in town.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Well, only citizens can own property in New Atlantis. We also pay a discounted rate at any United Colonies merchant. And all citizens receive an ample credit disbursement upon joining. Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? I'm sorry. I can't share I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you...
You have a nice day. Spaceport security would have detected Terramorphs on someone's ship. So, how the hell they get here?
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
Logging authorized entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors. Your friends can have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? There's a reason for that. Introductions first, though. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. Very astute. That's my daughter, my progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed, and I think I have a part. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout. the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity, the Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
You're cleared for entry. Yeah? Everything good? We're here to help.
Howdy.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy. Exactly. Just another prisoner. Nothing you'd ever even think of bringing up in conversation. With anyone. Ever. We understand each other? The Major doesn't have clearance for this sort of information, and she certainly doesn't need a distraction from her current, very important work. Which is why I need you to keep this to yourself. Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing? Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question, but bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return? Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss? The Den? The first one was blown to... The place has always acted as a remote strategic hub, primarily... But because of its distance from the rest of the UC, things there have always... I can think of worse places in the galaxy for a criminal to hide out. Trusting the man downstairs would be a mistake. but I don't think you need to be too concerned. This is far from the first name he's handed over, and all previous missions went on. So while I'd certainly warrant caution, then I'll bid you good day, Cap.
Hey, stick to targets that shoot back, okay?
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Hi there! Thanks for stopping in. I can take care of transactions. Oh, please, take a look. Appreciate the business.
You look like some... one who has many stories to tell.
Hey, we were running low on foodstuffs, so I went ahead and placed another order.
Really? Huh. We'll have to see if that's a long-term trend. Maybe account for it better instead.